Carpenters here with Boomer USA in Wilmington, North Carolina. Today we're taking a look at the iMOVE, brand new wall pull-down unit from Boomer. Let's start off with what it's going to look like coming out of the box. So I went ahead and opened up the box. First off, we have the installation instructions. Next, we have a template. We have the iMOVE itself. Go ahead and stand that up. And we have a hardware bag. These are our cover caps for after we're done with the installation. Very well packaged in bubble wrap. And finally our screw bag. And that's about it out of the box. Next up, we'll take a look at the installation inside of a frameless cabinet. So we're here at the cabinet before we install the iMOVE. It makes sense for us to just do a couple quick checks of the dimensions to make sure that we've got the right equipment for the right cabinet. This cabinet that we have here happens to be a 24-inch frameless cabinet with 3/4 sides. That gives us a 22.5-inch interior dimension. But note that iMOVE will work with either 5/8 inch thick panels or 3/4 inch thick panels. Same hardware, it doesn't care whether you have a 5/8 or a 3/4. They do come in two different versions, so if you have a face frame cabinet, you'll order different hardware than you will with a frameless cabinet. So be mindful of that. Ultimately, you want to check your catalog for the proper part numbers based on the cabinet size that you have. Once you've done that, there are just a couple other things you want to check. You want to make sure that you have enough depth inside of the cabinet. We require 11 inches. We're good here at 11.5. The next is the hinge protrusion. We want to make sure that we're losing no more than 28 millimeters or just over an inch. And in this case, we're at about 19 millimeters. So we're going to be good there. I think that's about it before we get into the installation of the actual iMOVE unit. Okay, so we've taped the template inside of our face frame cabinet. Now we're going to go ahead and drill those 3 positioning holes that I talked about earlier. These are 5mm holes that are going to hold the iMOVE in place until we get it permanently installed. And we'll go ahead and do that on left and right hand side of the cabinet. Okay, so what makes the face frame installation unique from a frameless application is that the face frame iMOVE is going to include 2 of these shims. These shims are 20 millimeters, just over 3/4 of an inch thick, and we're going to install those right into the positioning tabs that we just drilled in the cabinet. And we'll go ahead and do that left and right hand side and finish the installation of that with the provided pan head screws. We're going to drill 2 of those into the cabinet. And this will permanently secure the shim into the cabinet. And again, we'll do that left and right hand side. Okay, so I've gone ahead and gotten the iMOVE into the cabinet, and now I'm going to be lining the iMOVE mechanism on the left hand side up with our shim. There are 3 positioning tabs on the iMOVE that will line up with the shim and get it into place. We'll go ahead and do that left and right hand side. And again, just like the frameless application, we can let go of this. It's holding its place until we get those final 4 screws through the iMOVE and shim for permanent installation. Okay, completed the 4 installation screws. We're now permanently secured. The final step is to snap the cover plate into place. And then again, you would do that on the left and right hand side. Okay, so we finished the installation of the iMOVE in our face frame cabinet. We went ahead and put the door back on, and now you can see the final product. Just a couple reminders. So remember that we talked about that hinge protrusion. We want to make sure that our hinge, standard 110, 120 degree hinge, has no more than a 28 millimeter, a little over an inch of total protrusion. Here we're clearing without any issue. We're also clearing through the face frame opening because we have that special shim there. We also went ahead and added some weight to the iMOVE. You can see that no matter where I put this in its travel, it's going to hold its position. And this is designed to handle a load and keep this position when it has 5 to 12 pounds. That's the optimal range, and we've done a lot of studies to show that that's a good range for people in normal daily use, but it can go up to an 18-pound capacity total. So again, anywhere along in that stop position, but as we do close it, you'll see that we dampen the closure so that we don't get any slamming into the cabinet on the closure side. Before we go, I want to ask one favor of you. There are a couple of pieces of information that are designed for the consumer. We want you to leave this on here, as well as the user's manual. That'll give the homeowner a few tips on how to best use their iMOVE. We appreciate your business at Boomer.